Hi guys, and welcome back to another Magic Monday video as part of CSP Online. Today's video I'm going to be showing you and teaching you a cool little basic colour change, so definitely not as strenuous as the Erdnase change from last week, of how to change one card into another just by shaking. If you want to learn how that's done, then stick around now. Whoa! So guys, the shake change is obviously just, unfortunately, 2 cards. Anyway, I'll show you how it's done. As you can probably guess, it's 1 card back to back with another one, and you're holding 2 cards like this as one, pinching it between your thumb and your middle finger, using your index finger to swivel as you shake. Now, the angle I showed you isn't as good as the angle if I was to do it down here, because it would look 10 times better, because you're able to hide that motion of you changing it. So I'll try and get a good angle, but the bigger motion hides the smaller motion of you pulling it with your index finger. Okay, so you're going to have the 1 card here. I won't get into how to do it into performance, because that could take forever, but I will show you the basic mechanics of it and how it works. So you have a card on top of another card, and if you want to keep it hidden, to make it easier for yourself to pick up 2 cards, because obviously you don't want to be going like this, bear with while I just get caught, and then doing the change. You don't want to be doing that, because obviously that doesn't look magical. What you want to do is draw attention to this card here, and as you draw attention to this card here, you're doing something like this. You're pushing this top card over, okay? So you're pushing it over with your thumb and sliding it back and sticking your little pinky underneath, which is called a pinky break. I won't get into that, because that's the secrets of magic. However, you will hold something called a pinky break, which is this massive gap at the back here, but from the front, you don't notice it. So this card will go on top, and obviously now, once flush with the rest of the cards, it is easy to pick up 2 cards. Now, to me, I'm going to use my thumb on this bottom right corner and my middle finger on this top left-hand corner, pinching it like so. Okay, so it's in between the 2 hands. Obviously, you're going to grab both cards. Your index finger plays a massive part in this. Okay, as you're shaking your arm, you're going to be pulling with your index finger, okay, to flip the card. But like I said, the big motion of shaking your arm, drop them. The big motion of shaking your arm will hide the small motion of you using your middle finger to turn that card over. Okay, so you have a card here, you draw attention to this card here. As they're looking at that, or you're doing that, you do a push and pull maneuver to slide your pinky underneath. You've got this gap here, which now makes it easier. Obviously, don't flash this. You want to keep the deck nice and square to your audience. Put this card on top, okay, and you don't have to do it right away. You can just talk a little bit first, and then you can square it up, okay, and now it's all flush, ready for you to pick up those 2 cards together. Like I said, loads of people use loads of different ways to do this, but I like to use my thumb, so the cushiony bit of my thumb on this bottom right hand corner here, okay, and my middle finger will go on this top left hand corner here, and this index finger is nice and free for you to able to pull it over as you shake, and that will give the illusion that you're changing it just by shaking your arm. Okay, now to make this a little bit easier, I like to bow the card a bit, so bend it this way so it's easier to grab, because if you've got a flatter card, obviously you've got to try and get everything over and sometimes the cards split and things like that. So if you bow them ever so slightly, it also creates hardly any gap or no gap at all, which obviously the audience can't see. You keep it together, everything stays nice and square, and no one's none the wiser, you see. So you go from this position here to doing the push and pull maneuver. Get your pinky underneath, okay, keeping this obviously, and you can move freely with this, gesturing or whatever. Then you can place your card on top, okay, keeping it nice and flush. Like I said, you don't have to do it right away. You can talk for a little bit, just putting it on there, and then casually just put it back on top. You're able to grab everything and bow the card a little, okay, and your index finger is ready to pull as you shake your arm, okay. So in full motion it would be like this. You show, do the, and as you do this, by the way, a little side note, I like to wrist kill. So as you do this, you're pushing over and pulling, but you're doing it as you turn over, so it's not visible, okay. So as you show this, you wrist kill, push over, pull back, you gesture, talk, and you're able to grab those two cards as one, because obviously you've got your pinky underneath, but they don't know that. So you are able to grab both cards, you could talk, and it's a really quick one, okay. And obviously now, once this has changed, you put it back on, and you're able to lift up one singular card, and you're left clean, because no one's none the wiser. Then you can hand that out, and if the spectator does want to check the cards, then as you give them the cards, you can do something which is known as a Charlier cut, which is a one-handed cut, and it hides the rest of the card. Well, it hides the card in the middle of the pack, but that could be for another video. Who knows? If you want to learn that, let me know. Anyway, guys, that is the shake change. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you did enjoy the video, and until the next Magic Monday video, take care.